Hey DIYers, Dylan here with Alarm Grid. Today we're talking about what is the red exclamation point on my Lyric system. So I'm going to be talking about the Lyric Controller today, and I'm also going to briefly mention the LKP500, which is the wireless keypad designed for the Lyric. So to start off, as you can see here, we have our Lyric set up, powered on and everything. We have our home icon lit, and we have this icon lit as well. So what this icon is, it is your panic option. This is going to consistently stay red, consistently stay lit. A lot of people think that this means error, means something's wrong with the system. They ask how they can turn it off, how can they fix it. You can't turn it off. It's just going to stay lit. Reason that's just staying lit all the time is if, say you don't have all the lights on, it's dark in the house or anything like that, and you need to access that, you can see very clearly where it is. Super easy. So, as mentioned, this is a panic option. What it does, it sends out specific signals to a central station. Obviously, if the panel is hooked up with the central station through an alarm dealer. And those signals will either indicate that you need police, medical, fire, anything like that, basically emergency services sent to your house right away. It's more of a specific error, specific signal being sent out, opposed to just like a burglar alarm where a central station could still contact you to see if you're okay. Usually panics, a lot of people prefer that they just have dispatch right away on these and then call them after to see what's going on. So, to start off, basically what we're going to do is I'm going to hold this down for about 4 seconds. As you can see, it shows us our options on the screen. It shows fire, police, and local alarm. Now, I'm not going to press any of the options right now just to show you that nothing is happening. Pressing that did not trigger a panic. All it did was show us our signal, our options, and then as you saw, it times out. So if I don't do anything, if I just sit here, if I keep talking, it's just going to time out, go back to the home screen because nothing is happening. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to back out real quick to show you. I'm going to trigger the police panic on this. The police panic by default is set to silent, so there's not going to be an audible alarm going off. I just want you guys to see how it functions and what happens when you do it. A lot of people think that it just doesn't work when they try it. So for panic, once again, about 4 seconds, holding that down, nothing's happening. I'm going to press police, and then as you see, it's kicked us back to the home screen. Now, this is why a lot of people think the police option does not work. So as mentioned, it's set to silent by default. So that's meaning that you don't want someone to know that this is going off. So the panel also, opposed to just not having any audio, doesn't give you a visual representation that it's going off, besides two things. First thing you want to look for is at the top. As you can see, it says not ready to arm. And then the other indicator is our home icon here. Before it was a solid green, I'll show that again. Now it is a blinking green. So these are our two indications that the panic is going off. We know that it's being sent out. We know the signal is being sent out. Now if there's a burglar or someone in the house, if they walk by this panel and they see those, they don't know what that means. Unless they're very versed in the systems, of course. But they're just going to see this. They're going to look at the panel. It looks like it's just on its home screen. Nothing's really happening. The home icon is blinking. Who knows why? It's not ready to arm. Who knows why? They won't pay too much mind to it. Now what we're going to do is just disarm it so I can show you how the system looks when it is disarmed. So we're going to do security, disarm, 1, 2, 3, and real quick before I do the 4, it will not show here either that there's a panic going off. This is just our COM error. That's a completely separate error. There's no other indication that anything else is going on. So we're disarmed. As you can see, our home icon is now a solid green LED, and at the top it says ready to arm. So now we know that the system's disarmed. It's no longer sending out a panic signal. There's no emergency, nothing going on, and then that's pretty much good on that. So for the keypad, this isn't powered up, so it's not going to show any of the LEDs. Same idea applies. This will stay consistently lit for the reason that if you're in the dark, you need to find this. For this one, obviously there's no touchscreen, so what happens is when you press on that panic option for about 4 seconds, same as the controller, these options will light up, same as the controller where it shows you the options there. And then basically, once again, pressing one of these will indicate the panic, and initiate the panic, and then send out the signal. Now, as you can see, there are a couple other options on here. I'm not going to set those off because they're audible. I don't want to mess up, the sound quality on this or hurt anyone's ears if you have headphones in or anything like that. So the local alarm is an audible alarm. It does not send out a signal. It basically is just a noisemaker. It's meant more to just scare people off opposed to getting the authorities out. The Police, as I mentioned, by default is silent. You can have that set up as an audible alarm as well. You just have to, either go through the settings on here or contact your dealer and they can do that remotely. And then finally, fire. So fire is there as well. It's an audible alarm that does send out signal. That gives you a nice big indicator on the screen when it's tripped. Fire alarm is going off, so everyone knows. If everyone saw that, they know there's a fire panic. There's also a fourth option that can be enabled either through programming on the Lyric by going through the zones, or simpler, just having your alarm dealer do it for you remotely. That's the medical option. So the medical option, it is audible, but it's not as loud as like a fire panic, a burglar alarm, if you had the police option enabled, the local alarm, anything like that. It's more just an indicator that there is something going on. It's sending out that signal, the medical signal. The reason it's not as loud is if someone's having a heart attack on the ground or something like that, if there's an actual medical emergency, you don't need loud blaring sirens to make it worse for that person. It's just no point. So it's still a tone so people know what's going on, but it's just not as loud as the other tones. So yeah, once again, so when you get those set off, depending on how you have this set up with your alarm dealer and their central station, it could either be, for us, we ask our customers, do you want this to have, dispatch first, or do you want to be called first to verify the alarm? The reason we ask that is sometimes in some households, there's kids, there's people that are a little handsy, they want to touch a lot of things. They can mess with this, accidentally set off the panic. However, as shown before, it's kind of hard to set off accidentally because you have to hold that down for about 4 seconds. So if I'm a kid, if I just keep pressing that, nothing happens at all. I have to hold it down consistently for 4 seconds and then press another option on there. So the 2-button press makes it kind of hard to accidentally trip these, which is why a lot of people just have dispatch first right away. They figure if I'm pressing this panic, I need the authority sent, I'm doing this on purpose, get them out to my house right away. So again, that's just something you have to discuss with your alarm dealer, how you want that set up. Some areas will have like alarm permits or anything like that. That's besides the point. You just have to check with your local police department on that. Just in case there is a false alarm or anything, you want to make sure that you're covered as well. But yeah, there's not really too much to go over with the panic option. It's a very, very simple feature. It's going to stay consistently lit just to make sure that you can find it. Just as a review again, nothing happens while you're pressing that down. It's just showing you the options. So don't be afraid to press that if you want to see it. Just make sure you don't press one of these options unless you need the authority sent out. Same thing for the keypad. When you press that down, unless you press one of these, nothing is going to happen. It's just going to show you the options as lit, and then nothing happens until you press one of them. And that's pretty much the same for any system that has a panic option. Usually it's going to have a panic option either requiring an amount of seconds being pressed down, or it's going to show the options on the screen. If you did have more interest in learning about the Lyric system, learning about panics, monitoring, anything like that, feel free to check out our website, alarmgrid.com. And if you did like this video, please like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon down there to be notified if we release more content. And feel free to reach out to us with any questions. We are here to help you. You can either call us or email us. Our phone number is 888-818-7728, or the email is support@alarmgrid.com. Thank you for watching and have a great day.